Am I the a-hole? My mum thinks my sister should have married my husband. I'm upset with my mum and sister because of something my mum said, and now everyone says I'm overreacting. I need an honest opinion. Am I being too sensitive, or are my mum and husband wrong? Here's the backstory. My husband James and I grew up as neighbours. My sister Fran was in the same grade as him. Fran was smart and pretty, and James had a big crush on her in high school. He even asked her to prom, but she turned him down in front of everyone. They stayed friends, but after high school, James moved away for college. I was much younger and didn't hang out with them. Years later, after college, I moved to the same city as James for work. My mum suggested I reach out to him since I didn't know anyone there. We became friends, and 3 years later we got married. We both have good jobs and a happy life. We moved back to our hometown during COVID because James's mum was sick, and we could work from home. Fran's life went differently, and she got married at 23 but later found out her husband had been cheating on her for years. She divorced him 2 years ago but didn't get much money because of a legal agreement. She's been living with my mum and is struggling. She has a job but can't afford her own place. James and I supported her through the divorce. Since James and Fran were childhood friends, they have a close bond. Sometimes I feel left out when they hang out because they have old jokes and stories. Fran visits us a lot, 2-3 times a week, and often stays for dinner or even sleeps in our guest room. I don't mind her coming over, but she's often there when I'm not home. I've come home to find her sitting close to James on the couch. It makes me feel left out, like when we were kids and Fran didn't let me join her hangouts. Fran is also very relaxed around James. She'll walk around in a towel after showering or sleep in the guest room in just her underwear without locking the door. I've told her it bothers me, but she says it's no big deal since we're family. The main issue happened last weekend when I was with my mum and Fran. Fran was talking about how James used to help her with schoolwork and chores because he had a crush on her. My mum then said, "I wish you had married James instead of your loser ex-husband. You wouldn't be struggling now." Fran smiled, and I felt hurt. I told my mum to stop saying things like that because James is my husband. My mum didn't stop and said she was just talking and that both she and Fran felt I was being too sensitive. I left upset. When I told James what happened, he also said it was just a harmless joke. I brought up Fran's behaviour at the house, but James said that was between me and my sister, and he wouldn't tell her how to act in our home. Even though they all apologised, I still feel bad. Am I wrong for feeling this way, or should I be more confident about my marriage?